Welcome back to Tampa Bay's Morning Blend. I'm Roxanne Wilder in for Carly Boyette today. And let's talk a little bit about St. Petersburg. There's a new study, the Downtown St. Petersburg Mobility Study, and they're looking at all types of things, the economics of the city of downtown, also livability. So excited to introduce you to our guest for this segment. His name is Whit Blanton, and he's going to explain a little bit more. Good morning, Whit. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. Good morning. Nice to be here. Thank you.
Well, we love St. Pete, and doing a study that's going to improve how you get around St. Pete, how you enjoy it. We love the idea of that. Tell us what the study is all about.
Sure. Well, St. Pete has really made a great name for itself as a great walkable city. It's probably Florida's most walkable city. And it's had so much growth over the last several years. A lot of new museums coming online. There's new condos, a lot of new development happening in the city, and there really hasn't been a good study of transportation in the city in a long, long time. No real transportation master plan. The pier just opened. It's drawing a lot of people already. And I think as soon as we get back on our footing with this epidemic, we're going to see St. Pete just continue to blossom like it has been over the last 10 or 15 years. So we took on this study in partnership with the City of St. Petersburg, the Florida Department of Transportation, the Pinellas Suncoast Transit Authority, to look at how do we make transportation better in St. Petersburg? How do we connect neighborhoods into downtown? How do we provide transportation options for people and improve safety? And those are all real key aspects of this study.
So you want people who, well, first we need to find out who is allowed, or who do you want to take this study? I'm guessing St. Petersburg residents.
Well, that would be the obvious choice, but I think anybody who experiences St. Petersburg, who works there, plays there, lives there, I think are all fair game for weighing in on the future of this great city.
So the survey is open to anybody, really. If you participate, you spend time in St. Petersburg. I've seen the website pop up, but I do just want to remind our listeners or our viewers that they can find it. There you go, forwardpinellas.org/DTSP. That's where you take the survey. What can they expect when they log on to do that?
Well, the survey will ask a series of questions about what works well for transportation in St. Petersburg, what doesn't work so well, what they would like to see happen, and some of the interesting things that we're looking at is how do we reduce some of the barriers or obstacles for getting into and out of downtown St. Petersburg from adjacent neighborhoods. So for instance, there's been a lot of conversation about the interstate spurs, I-175 and I-375, and how they move traffic really fast in and out of St. Petersburg, but they also are a little bit of a barrier for people who, say, live in Campbell Park or in other adjacent neighborhoods like historic Uptown, and they limit some of the access in and out of downtown. The most exciting thing I think that we want to hear from people is what's the future of economic development and how the city will grow in the future, because we have 85 acres of the Tropicana field site that the city just released a request for proposals from developers for.
You know, it's interesting. You talk about the city is really going to flourish after the pandemic. I believe that is true. I even know some restaurateurs, for instance, in Tampa, across the bay, who say, you know what, I want to open up in St. Petersburg. It is a place where more businesses want to go to because they know the city attracts so many people, tourists. And so what do you see? I know you're going to gather this data from the survey. What do you see as the future? What changes do you anticipate?
Well, I think St. Petersburg is a really multimodal city. We have the ferry that operates between Tampa and St. Petersburg in the winter months. That'll be coming back in November. We have a new transit service that the federal government just funded that will connect St. Pete Beach to downtown St. Petersburg along the Central Avenue corridor. That's called the Sunrunner project, and it'll be operational within about a year or so. Construction groundbreaking is starting next week. So there's a lot of excitement in the air about these new transportation options. We're also looking at an autonomous transit vehicle operating downtown. And the city is considering some of the one-way streets being converted to two-way streets, which would make it better for walkability. So I think those are all some of the things that we want to hear from the public about what they want to see improved, what they want to see prioritized, and we'll go from there.
Whit, as we wrap things up, I just want to find out, how long is this survey going to take? I know people like to know that in advance sometime.
Oh, the survey is about a 5 to 10 minute survey. It won't take long at all. And the input on that survey will help develop some of the options, evaluate some of the options that we'll consider, and the study will wrap up sometime by about summer of next year.
How soon do you have to do the survey? When do you have? Just this week?
We have, I think it's open for about 2 more weeks.
Fantastic. Okay, and there it is, forwardpinellas.org/DTSP. We really appreciate your time, Whit Blanton. Great talking with you.
Thank you very much for having me.